What's up, guys? Friday night here. Got a good 5 miles in today. Quick 5 miles, much faster than previously. Kind of suspecting, I don't think this is true given the heart rates that were shown on there. We're kind of suspecting that my heart rate zones got off, or might just be that time where I'm making a breakthrough through recent plateau, which would be kind of cool. Especially as I was going to adjust my training some to incorporate VO2 max to hopefully boost and build some more speed. So doing some then tempo runs, some VO2 max, and some zone 2 runs. A lot of runner speak to ultimately just say I'm just working and challenging myself in a new way to encourage and spur some more growth. So the more important thing that I wanted to discuss tonight is the idea of defining your leisure time, and how I have a way to talk about it that I think is really important, but ultimately, or I think it really connects with me. So you define your leisure time and you define your schedule. And so I took this as an exercise to think back a number of years now, probably about 10 to 12, and the various phases and various hobbies and the various leisure activities that I had. And in there, I'm going to have to reference my notes just because I didn't memorize this. But, I think that leisure can be defined as consumption at idle time. And I really think it can be defined as whatever you want. And maybe that's just how I defined it at the time. But, like my hobbies of old, it used to be Taco Bell, a 6-pack of Tall Boys, and video games on a Thursday night. It used to be training for something in very haphazard ways, on and off for the last 10 to 12 years. I've done Chicago Tri, and I've done 5Ks, and I've done mud races in the past, but nothing as committed as I am right now to bouldering and Spartan races and ultimately just running and general fitness overall. It's Mexican food, because everything that has to do with a tortilla is really something that brings my peace to my soul. And although tortas recently have really been a big factor in my life, which is kind of displacing the tortilla at times, but still just Mexican food. Some of these things definitely haven't changed. But looking at it, from getting to Friday night and going out for beers after work to then going out to dinner with drinks with my partner at the time, or making it through the weekend by brewery hopping and going to get Mexican food, or having stuff delivered to the house, or whatever it might be, where it was just very escapist. It was distracting from pretty much a lot of things, I think, at the time. Running from my childhood and running from feelings that I never wanted to feel or process, which just lets them stay ready to attack at any moment, buried within inside. So what's it become? I run or boulder every day of the week. So I'm either running or bouldering. I'm training in some fashion, pretty much every day of the week, 90+% of the time. Always doing something physical every single day. And if I miss a day of either of those things, then I'm usually trying to get a decent step count to make sure that I get movement within the day. The priority is movement, and this includes Friday night. So Friday nights, I'm not rushing to get out and go out for the night, which sometimes I go out later and listen to live music or get dinner or activities that could be definitely considered as leisure, but it's not going straight to the bar and getting drinks. It's replaced with prioritizing it and getting a workout in right after work. And these are things I've considered doing in the mornings. I just hate working out in the mornings. It's not something that works for me. Much better at just dedicating and devoting my time at night. But that's every day of the week. I'd say it's an ever-growing collection of books. And I've always collected books of different kinds. And now it's books that are usually a specific skill that I want to improve in, that's going to help me grow, or that I'm weak in, and that I want to understand myself better. It's, a writing habit that might not quite be a habit yet. Out of the last 30 days, I've probably written 20 of them. So it's not nearly as consistent as exercise or as movement, but it's definitely something that I'm working on. Now, I also am very harsh about that, because when I write on my legal pads, I don't really consider that writing. I only consider when I'm tapping on the keyboard, which isn't fair, because most nights I do writing in one way, shape, or form. I'd say it's talking into a camera and trying to understand and articulate my own thoughts. And really, a lot of this is just becoming familiar, and instead of wallowing in the world of distraction, I'm working very hard to figure out exactly who I am and what matters most to me. And the way that I've done that, or the way that I am doing that, is through experience. Some of the videos that I've done touch on that. And I don't know if I've actually put it properly yet. And I think that's the evolution. That's the growth of doing this and of writing, is trying to figure out the best way to put these things in a way that potentially they could be helpful to you. That's ultimately my goal. I've been able to take a life 5-10 years ago and grow and evolve into something that I am much happier with myself. I have learned to face and process feelings. I have learned to limit distractions. I'm increasing focus every day and every week that passes. And in that, I get to enjoy my time more, and I get to experience things in a much more visceral way. I love that word. I think it pops, that word, visceral. But ultimately, instead of being in a very depressed and anxious state and feeling stressed, life has become much more enjoyable. Every day, it seems there are experiences that I get to collect, and even if they're the same, even running every day. Running today was fantastic. It felt great to be back out there. Even though I ran on Wednesday, I didn't run on Monday, or did I? I think I just walked on Monday because of my ankle. The ankle's doing okay, and today was just great. Something about it was a fantastic run. It's a beautiful day. Perfect temperature probably is part of it. Low 60s, which for me can't be a better temperature to run in. And looking forward to bouldering tomorrow. My hand's healing up. I think that there is a V3 that I've actually sent one time, and I really want to send again, preferably on camera, before it gets removed. I haven't been filming my clients, and it's something I want to get back to doing. And taking inventory of life and slowing down the moments that pass by. As you get older, if you are not my age, time can slip away. Months, weeks, years can pass by, and it'll feel like a blink of an eye. So a lot of this is part of that, is finding a way to slow myself down and experience different things and share what I have to give. I appreciate you. I'm going to wrap this video up. Remember, you can't lose if you don't quit. Appreciate you guys.